Hey everyone, good morning. This is TC, your guiding chariot. This is going to be your daily reading for March 5th. Big day, pretty exciting day. I'm pretty sure all of you are pretty aware. So not necessarily an aspect, but one big astrological going on today. Mercury does go retrograde. Before everyone loses their mind, it's not as big a thing as a lot of people make it out to be. And I think there's going to be a lot more things going on that probably will be slightly related to retrograde, but especially looking at the aspects for today, I think there's going to be a lot happening that help you to work with the energies and also help to bring you some real interesting shifts, let's say. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about today's reading. I was kind of getting little hints and nods of things, and I normally just like to hop into the reading so you guys aren't waiting, but I will say I had a real interesting few moments leading into getting ready to do today's reading, or yeah, this reading. I'm doing it, obviously I'm recording it the night before. It's very interesting. So I think after this I am going to film a second reading that's just kind of going to be a bonus. I don't really know what it's going to be. I'll probably talk about it more in that video. So when this is done, I highly recommend go check it out. You'll probably get a hint to what it's about in the title, but I'm kind of excited, kind of cool. So yes, so we know retrograde's happening. Just basic awareness to communication, making sure your message is getting across, making sure, you may need to put a little more extra focus on making sure you're reading the fine print, making sure you're being very thorough. You've said things clearly. Making sure the person you said it to heard exactly what you said. They understood what you meant. The best thing I can say is that you dot your I's and you cross your T's. Just make sure there's no gaps. Don't leave any gaps for any misinterpretations. That's kind of where things fall apart in retrograde. It's not guaranteed to happen, but if you give it some wiggle room, it's going to wiggle through. I forget whose law that is, but oh, of course, the second I say it, it leaves my head. But we'll come back to that. But yeah, essentially just make sure you've closed all the gaps and read all the fine print, and that you've done your due diligence to make sure you're communicating clearly and effectively. With all of that said, we have some really interesting aspects going on. Well, we only have one. One is Mercury retrograde. We also have an aspect, Moon is making a sextile to Uranus. Normally I don't talk about the signs because I feel it just makes it a little simpler. I don't want to be super too complex when we talk about astrology, because it also depends, it doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot until you know where those signs fall in your chart, so you can really apply it to yourself. So I just prefer to give a real general kind of blanket message. Today was really interesting. So when I was looking at it, I usually write a little section of notes, so if I can't store it in here, you'll catch me looking down. So when I was writing out the aspects today for this reading, for some reason I wanted to write Moon sextile Pisces. So the Moon is moving into Pisces today. Yeah, by the time this is up, it will totally be. But the Moon moves into Pisces today. And for some reason, it was so relevant that I keep writing Pisces. And I truly believe there's no coincidences. So the Moon will be in Pisces. Uranus is in Aries. Am I making that up? Moon moving into Pisces. Yes. At the time of the sextile, the Moon won't be in Pisces yet, but it will be void of course. If you don't know what a void of course Moon means, it pretty much means that it's left one sign and it hasn't completely moved into the other yet. So it's almost like a retrograde as well. It's a similar kind of energy. They talk about when the Moon's void of course, you shouldn't be making decisions and things like that. Same like a retrograde. So it's interesting, these kind of line up. What this sextile means, though, I think it's actually a really great energy for us. And it's a little, I'm going to say contradictory to, well, actually, no, it's not. In a way it is, in ways it's not, to this retrograde. Sorry, I'm moving my legs around. So this sextile, because of Uranus being so close to the Moon, it's almost like the air feels energetic, like there's so much energy in the room. It's also a really psychic time because again, we're touching our moon, which is our soul and our intuition, with this energy from Uranus. So it's very, very psychic, very, very charged. Ambition is also very, very high, as well as independence. But for me, it's more so the ambition. The kind of rebel energy of Uranus usually can make us a little moody because again, this is aspected with our moon, so it can make us a little moody, but in a way where these emotional shifts help us to like break old patterns and break down barriers. Again, Uranus is our rebel planet. He wants to change things up, think outside the box, all of that. So there's I almost want to say like an impulsive energy in it as well. It's almost like everything feels electric, everything feels highly charged. You're feeling really ambitious and motivated to go do and change and shift and get things done and break down walls. Like there's this huge, it's almost like you're pushing as well as being pulled at the same time. So you're going to be just wired up, today and probably over, for next few days, for sure. So interesting energy that we're moving into a retrograde where it kind of talks about slowing down and going over things and doing your due diligence. And you're going to be in this like, no, but I want to go, I want to go, I want to do, like, let's come on. And then we got our rune, which is Ingwas for today, and we did get it in the reverse. And the reverse Ingwas speaks exactly to that. Ingwas in reverse, or when you get the blank side, really speaks to impulsiveness, wanting to do. It also talks about being impatient for like fast success. Like, I just want it now. Like, why can't I have it now? Like, oh my God, okay, this is a shortcut, I'm taking it. Like, there's this real impatient energy. And a lot of times this impatience usually kind of backfires. It usually sets you up to kind of lose like previous efforts. Like if you gained any momentum up to this point, these kind of quick fixes tend to unravel things and tend to make things fall apart. There also may be this feeling where things are stagnant, like you're stagnating in your life, in your career, possibly in relationships. And that's the impetus to like go do, like, well, this ain't moving, so let's figure this out. So there's like these two energies combating this, like, oh my God, I want to go do, I want to change, I want to make some stuff happen. Wait, like, let's review that, let's make sure. Because the advice to Ingwas in reverse is to take time to consider things. Like, okay, yes, we want to make this happen. Are we going to go about this the right way? Is this the best solution for this problem? Does it have to be done now? Or can we take some time and think about it? And, will a better time for this come in a day or two? So there's this like motivating force coming from inside of you. And I think for a lot of us, it's going to be felt very intuitively. Like you're just going to want this, or you're just going to feel like you need to do this. And I'm not saying it's not a good thing or it's a bad thing to follow that. Not at all. The key here is that you're taking, like, yes, you want to do it. Slow down a bit. Make sure you're contemplating, reviewing everything, planning everything out, going over the fine details before actually doing. It's the same thing with a retrograde. They say don't start anything new, don't sign any papers, da-da-da-da-da. It's not that you can't, but usually if you just do it all willy-nilly and don't do your due diligence, usually there's something in there that you didn't expect where, at the end of it, it won't be as, great or wonderful as you expected. Like something kind of like goes awry. But again, if you do your due diligence, read the whole contract, all that kind of stuff, it just forces you to put more focus on it. You just can't just be like da 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 through it. That's really what it is, and that I think the aspects and the energies we have kind of are all backing that up. But it's this Uranus electricity that has me kind of really excited. Like I feel like there's going to be some big, exciting shifts coming up. And I feel like it's internal and external. Like there's just going to be a lot of cool shit happening. Real excited about it. Sorry, you know me and my tea. All right, I'm going to tilt this down so we can pull some cards. Like I said, I'm going to do another reading just because I feel something is kind of being a little crazy. And like crazy in a good way. I don't really know what the other reading is going to be, but you know, it'll probably be up by the time this is up, so you'll probably see it. But yeah, I'm real excited about this energy. I'll probably talk about more about what led me to this other reading in the next video, because it'll be a little more related. But if you want to know, just click over to the next one. So I have the Goddess of the Moon Oracle here. We'll see what comes. I know this deck doesn't like to be shuffled this way. This one prefers to be cut, because nothing ever likes to fall. I know. Okay, I know. She's literally like, you know that's not what I like. Oh, all right. New moon is also coming up very soon. No, I want one more. That was a high one. Sorry, friend. Do you want to come too? No, you can't help it. Oh! You know, I saw this while we were shuffling. I'm kind of glad you're back. So we got the Void. We also got Nourishment. And Fruition. Oh, super exciting. All right. So normally I like to read these out of the book. We're not going to do that today. I just have to, I'm in this real like talk story mode. So thank you for indulging me. But like this, like legit, this is the shit I'm talking about. So really what I'm saying, and it's funny, we have the dark moon, literally new moon is what, like it's tomorrow, right? I think it's the 6th, if I remember correctly, like we are right upon this. But I think what's more significant is really the concept of this void. You know, it's like this vacuum where, you know, we don't know what's necessary inside it. But to me, the void is really, like when I talk about the Princess of Pentacles, you know, she's the dirt, she's the nothing. But from this nothing comes everything. From this nothing comes everything. This void is almost like the store, the storage center where all, you know, the blessings you've been trying to manifest, all the things you've imagining, all the things you've been attracting and serving as a magnet for. This is where all of that stuff is. Like legit. This is like the void opening. And then we have these two wonderful cards, and I'm kind of tripped out about the moon sequence in these two, or in these three, sorry, two. So you go, I'm looking at the cards backwards, sorry. There we go, here we go, here we go. Now we're getting there. So we have, starting with the new moon right here, and then you have a crescent with nourishment, and then the full moon with fruition. It's a perfect storytell. So this void is opening. We're receiving the nourishment of whatever abundance we've been manifesting, whatever, you know, wishes need to be fulfilled, whatever desires are about to be met. And then fruition, literally all the dreams coming true, wish fulfillment. I mean, it's almost like you can even see, like the nourishment has all these fruits and foods and everything, and then here's fruition with like Carmen Miranda. Her whole headdress is made out of the exact same stuff that was meant to nourish us. Like this is us fully nourished and satisfied. Freaking amazing. So this may even be, to me, talking about, you know, the new moon to the full moon, this may be, you know, what we start on this new moon, you know, really comes to pass by the next full moon. So like in a 2-week time span, you know, everything literally completely different, dark to light. All right, it's crazy, but like legit, whatever's going on is about to blow the up. Oh, I can't even stand it. I shan't. So excited. All right, let's get our tarot message for today. But definitely this idea of just of harvest time. Like, it's going to be crazy. Okay, what's our message for today's spirit? Ooh, I almost flung that card across the room. Right, You guys can hang out up here. Thank you. Actually, let's see. What's bottom of the deck? Oh, all right. Princess of Swords, bottom of the deck. That's always my Uranus card. You know, that's my inventor, rebel, creative thinker. Okay, first card out. Justice. So could be talking about a Libra, whether a Libra in your life, you could be the Libra, but justice, these are the karmic scales being balanced. Again, what you've been waiting for, everything balancing out, evening out, you know, getting out what you put in. You know, this is also, to me, this is also fated. You know, what's meant to be will be. What's yours is always yours. You know, it's legit, the balancing of the scales. We also have the Alien. Just the way they did this card, so stinking cool. So this is Virgo. This is the Hermit in this deck. So the Alien. Understanding, guided messages. This is almost like your angels, your guardians, you know, whatever version of source that you believe in, that, you know, you are being guided to this abundance, this shift, you're being walked through it. I almost feel like this is really here as you're being led to it. You know, in the Hermit card, you can always see like there's like a wise figure, you know, with a light, with a lantern on. I feel like this is the light being turned on and pulling you towards the answers, pulling you in the direction you need to go. Yeah. Eight of Wands, communication, speed, haste. This could even be travel for some of you. I almost feel like this is movement. I think for the most of us, this is really the communication. This is the transfer of information. This could even be downloads that we're getting from, you know, from this Alien card. This is information downloads, you know, from source to you as part of this understanding, this clarity. Prince of Pentacles. This is manifestation. This is someone moving forward. This is a practical approach to whatever you're on the quest for, whether it's finances, whether it's money, whether it's a job, whether it's a partner, it's the life, whatever it is. You know, this is steady, sure-footed movement. To me, this really reflects the retrograde. Prince of Pentacles, he's the slowest moving prince of the entire deck. You know, he's very sure-footed, and he reminds me of a praying mantis. So I see praying mantises, not a lot, but when I see them, they're quite significant. And I looked up their behaviors once, and it struck me how praying mantis, they do not move until they are 100% sure it's the right course to do. Whether it's, you know, to attack the prey, or to flee, or to hide, or to, you know, be offensive. You know, they literally will not move a muscle until they are 100% confident that that is the right course of action. That is the Prince of Pentacles. You know, he will not move until he knows it's the right thing to do. You know, he's not going to get a tip and be like, great, let's go left. Like, he will do his research. He will make sure it happens. He'll make sure he has all the supplies he needs. Like, he'll make sure he, like, set up, you know, the room at the inn in the city where he's going. Like, everything will be set up before he takes that step. So this is very sure-footed movement. This is you know, doing your due diligence. Ten of Wands. Love seeing this. This is completion of the struggle, completion of the burden. Laying down the wand, so to speak. This is, to me, this is the release, because it's a 10. It's complete. Whatever strife or struggle has been going on here, it is over. It is done. You know, you're now moving out of this, and especially having it fall under the Alien, it's almost like you are being led out of this. It's like if this was you walking through the desert, you know, this is like the mirage that shows up and tells you, come this way. Like, legit. I'm even getting drawn to these, like, I hope you guys can see them in the camera, but there's like these like heads. There's like one on either side, like kind of poking up out of the desert. Giving me real like Sphinx vibes. But I feel like this is even like universe, like we're watching you. Like, we are watching you. You know, we're keeping an eye on you. We want to make sure you go in the right direction. If you start going off course, that's where we're going to step in and come and help you and come and assist you. We're going to start sending those messages to make sure you get out of this desert, because you don't need to be in there anymore. God freaking damn it. And look at that last card, end of the journey, 2 of Cups, reunion. Oh, I can't stand it. So, for those of you who are manifesting love and romance and this, you know, divine partnership, oh, it's coming. Look, even this like break in the wall. Oh, stop it. Oh, I'm gonna freaking die. Okay, so let me say what I was gonna say first. So this break in the wall, totally making me think of the void. It's almost like the barrier of the 3D breaking apart. And then there's the void open in the back with the 5D, you know, starting to filter in, you know, all the blessings, all the manifestations of what we've been dreaming and, you know, wanting to make happen. Crazy. So if you look inside that little hole, you can see, I believe it's called a caduceus. Something like that, caduceus, whatever. It's the, you know, the pole with the 2 snakes, one with the wings. Except instead of wings, this one has an ankh on it. You can see there's like a little ankh right up at the top of there. So yes, it's a symbol of healing, but it's also a symbol of Mercury, which, hello, went retrograde today. What did I tell you? No such thing as a coincidence. Losing my mind. All right, so crazy cool. Biggest thing here, like legit, you know, for those of you that have really been putting in the work and making things happen and, you know, wishing and praying for so many things, and, you know, whatever they may be. They could be anything. This may even be things in dreams for some of us. You know, the gate is opening. Like, legit, this void is open and is going to start unloading. Unloading. Oh, this 2 of Cups makes me so happy. And it's going to come in really quickly. This 8 of Wands, like, this is speed. For a lot of us, this is really the communication. These are these guided messages that are getting us to the place you need to be. So it could be like, why do I want to go to the park all of a sudden? Because whatever you're supposed to bump into is going to be there at 2 o'clock. You need to be there at 2, babe. Like, if you're getting this nudge to be in a certain place or do a certain thing, or, you know, participate with a certain group, anything, any of these like intuitive clues, please follow them. Like, do not fight them. Like, follow them. They are going to be part of the path. All right. And I would say any major shifts or major decisions, yes, because it's retrograde doesn't mean it's bad, but do your due diligence. Because I think here you're really being guided to things. Like, it's going to feel like like you're going to feel like that magnetic pull. If you start getting thoughts or things that don't feel that way, those are the ones you really want to consider and be like, is this really what I want? Is this the right thing to do? Is this part of what I've manifested? Like, okay, let me check in, because I felt like I needed to do this, and now I have like another option or something popped in. You know, do that assessment before you kind of leap, so to speak, especially if it's a change of course. But the connection is crazy right now. All right, I'm gonna wrap this reading up here. Like I said, I don't even know what the next one's gonna be. I'm probably just gonna do it and we'll title it after. Who knows? I don't know. That I'll probably upload at the same time, so it's probably up now. So you can totally click over and watch that one. But we'll see. Maybe I'll keep these out so we can kind of use this as an anchor. I don't know. But gonna be good. All right, I'm gonna send you out, my lovelies. You have a great one. Please take care. Have an amazing day, and really listen to your intuition today. All right. Don't worry about retrograde. Trust your gut, and like I said, do your due diligence. All right. It's the best advice I can give you. We're in retrograde until the 28th, so pretty much all of the month. So, you know, just keep that awareness high, just stay focused. As always, thank you for joining me. I appreciate all your likes and your subscribes, especially if you're new, welcome. I hope you subscribe. And as always, I love touching base with you and contacting you. So if you have anything to share, questions for me, hit me up in the comment section below. You can DM me and check me out on Instagram at The Guiding Chariot. And as always, if you want to book a private session with me, all that info will be in the description box below. All right, lovelies, take care, and I will see you tomorrow.